I decided to go a second time because the first experience was so life-changing for me. It really was a beautiful experience all the way around. I really underestimated the impact that it was going to have on my life. I didn't know really what I was getting into when I went the first time. And what a treat and what a blessing it was. And you know, I immediately wanted to share it with my friends and family, and I felt compelled to bring Nicole down there and let her have the experience as well, and it's worth every second. Yeah, so the first trip down there, I didn't, like I said, really know what I was getting into. I just knew it was a group of fun people, and I was going to, you know, a third world country and gonna, you know, partake in some type of ceremony that included, you know, like a psychedelic experience. Didn't have super high expectations, but I underestimated that the experience was going to be so beautiful as a whole. Like I was expecting it to be kind of fun and an adventure, and it turned out to be such a beautiful location. Like Colombia is gorgeous. It's real similar to Mexico for me, but just a tropical climate, you know, a great culture of people that are very friendly and welcoming, and a very happy people. And then the group that we went with Emily and Drew, and then everyone that I met on the trip turned out to just be a beautiful group of people that I really enjoyed so much being with. And then the ayahuasca experience on top of that was something that really, really changed my life, and was the timing of it was divine for me personally. And so, yeah, I did not expect that it was going to be such an impactful trip. I expected to come home and tell everybody how I went down there and had this, you know, kind of psychedelic experience, but it really changed the way I looked at life, and kind of changed my plan for life. It changed me to my core for the better. So for me, that was an amazing experience that I look forward to engaging in pretty much annually moving forward.
It was so different. I expected it to be kind of like a psychedelic experience, and it was not for me. I feel like it helped me go inside myself and find the answers that I wanted and needed to have clarity in my life. So it was nothing like what I thought it was going to be. I was terrified. Going into it, I was terrified. I am less terrified. I'm still a little scared of it for different reasons.
Yeah.
And that is because you really do look deep inside yourself, and that's kind of scary. You may find things that you don't like, or you may find things that you do love and you're happy to have found them, but I think it helps with growing and becoming a better person. Overall, the experience was really good. I would definitely do it again. I mean, I will do it again. I think it was Taita Alejandro. He was real. And he is real. I mean, he has that intuition and that, I don't know, that guidance. You just feel it from him. You don't even have to say or do anything. You can just feel it.
I love the sense of the community. So even with the second group, it was, you know, a group of new people that some of whom I knew that was awesome to go and spend time with them, but then a handful of people I'd never met. And for whatever reason, when you go down there and you join this group and you get out to that Maloka, and it becomes this tight-knit community of love, and you all share in this experience together, and it's so powerful. It's really difficult to describe. I remember coming home from the first retreat and explaining to Nicole that, after the first ceremony, I was literally hugging grown men that I had only known for a couple days and telling them that I love them, and I really meant it. And that's not my style. I don't go around just loving everyone freely. But that's testament to how powerful this experience is, and how beneficial it is, and how heartwarming it is, and how life-changing it can be. And so I really love that. I love that it opens your heart to others, and it really makes you think about life and what's important to you. I felt like this is such a beautiful thing. I wish everybody in the world could experience it, because it's very humbling. And like I say, it makes you realize what's important in life. And so when I came home and I sat with my daughters and talked to them about it, and during my first experience, I thought so much of them, because it brings up these feelings, powerful feelings of love. And, I love no one more than my children. So when I came home and sat with them and discussed it, I just knew that, these girls, they're beautiful girls, and they've lived a life that they've been pretty blessed and had kind of a nice upbringing and in a beautiful place, and they've kind of always had everything they needed or wanted. And I thought, this could really help them to see past a lot of the materialistic things of society that they've been brought up and exposed to. And that was really part of my hope, was that, for at a young age, for them to be able to realize, those things aren't really that important. It's not the car you drive, the clothes you wear. It's more, life is more important in sharing love with people, and hoping that they would go and have that experience and see that a little bit, at least to some degree, and get humbled by it, so that moving forward in life, they could focus on things that are the most important. Is what I wanted to share with them.
Kind of letting things go more. I think I was more stressed out and kind of put emotion behind everything, and I think now I'm kind of thinking more about it and not letting it get to me, as more just kind of letting it go. With work and relationships. It's only been 2 weeks, but I really feel like it's made a huge difference with work, for sure.
I wouldn't say major shifts as much as kind of a reset back to the mindset that I had after returning the first time.
Yeah.
I was feeling the need to go back down for the second time, because I was losing that sense of connectivity that I gained from it. And yeah, it's so easy to get caught in the rat race of life and chasing dollars, and you need something like ayahuasca, or at a minimum, maybe like a vacation or something to reset you and get you back on track on focusing, hey, I need to be spending time with people that I love and care about. And that's really what's important. It's not these things that we're all trying to acquire, or just the bills that we're working to have to pay constantly. I mean, that's a necessary part of life, unfortunately. But if you can continue to invest in your spirituality and your love and connection to people that you care about, then I feel like life is more wholesome, and you're really you're getting out of it why we're even here, because we're not here for the things.
Yeah.
And so I needed that. I needed the reset, and that's why I think it's something I'd like to do annually, because it's really helpful in that. It's so humbling and brings you back to center and back to being thankful and grateful for everything that you have.
The ceremony, mainly because I have anxiety and panic disorder. And I stopped my medication 7 weeks before we went, and I'd been on it for about 30 years. And my main reason was to go there for that, to hopefully help with that. And it did. I mean, I haven't had a panic attack since we've been back. I've had anxiety, but not to the degree that I had before. And I think a lot of what Devin said is true. I think it was the people there that were so supportive and drinking the medication. So I would definitely recommend it, which is very odd coming from my mouth, because Devin calls me square. Because I've never done any psychedelic drugs or anything, really, for that matter. So this was a huge leap for me, and I can't even stress enough how much it helped. And I don't know, I think a year may be too long for me, and maybe even him, to wait to do it, but finances come into play, and you kind of have to do what you got to do. But I would recommend this to everyone that feels like they want to better their life.
Cool.
It's interesting, because I know when we're down there, Taita says, ayahuasca is not for everyone. And I understand that. I feel like, in my mind, if you could get the positive effects of it to everyone, that would be amazing. But I guess not everyone is prepared for the journey that you go through when you drink the medicine. So I guess it's not for everyone, but I recommend it to people who, for me, it really solidified a lot of my feelings I had about why we're on planet Earth. I mean, I was not raised with any religion, and I've studied religions growing up, and always have these questions in my head about why are we here? What's this all about? There's things seem so important to us, but really our lives are so short, just the shortest blip in time. And always, I think it's natural for people to kind of wonder, like, why are we here? What is this? What are we doing? Why are there trees? And why are there this and that? And for me, it really answered a lot of questions for me, and gave me an opportunity to kind of see behind the curtain of what's going on in the universe and with energy. And so for people who, I feel like, if it would affect them the same as me, people who are trying to answer questions about life and trying to understand why they're here, or maybe they've lost a loved one and they're trying to make sense of, what is this all about? Why are we going through this? This is so painful. I know a lot of people, when they lose someone they love, they're like, there must not be a God, or he doesn't care about me, because, why would he take this person from me, or whatever. Those types of things that take someone down a heavy emotional path and a need for understanding, I feel like this can really help with that. And it did with me in losing my mom. It made me understand. So I would recommend it for that benefit, to do that, amongst the other benefits that it has for so many others.